Hi everyone, good morning. It's good to see you again. So thank you for tuning in. My name is Pauline Tomlin and I am Insightful Angel. I hope you enjoy this little post today, this little video that I'm going to put on for you. And it's in effect the second one in the series on money, because it occurred to me that how I really got unstuck with my issues with money and having it flow was that I completed a number of exercises. I'm not quite sure where they came from, but I really got determined that I was really going to tap into what my situation was and why it was that money hadn't been as abundant as I would have liked it to have been in my life up to that point. And one of the things I did was, and this is especially for those of you who may well have watched my other video and thought, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to change my thoughts around it. But you may well be struggling a little bit to kind of change those thoughts and because our subconscious mind is really quite powerful. And that groove that you've formed in that record that has been formed for the last 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years can be a challenging one to lift, okay, and form a new groove. So what I'm here to say to you today is that there was an exercise that I did, which I found really, really helpful. So I'm going to share it with you here. I got a really large sheet of paper, kind of A3 size. I drew a line down the centre, and at one side I put mum, and at the other side I put dad. And then on each side I sat and thought about all the sayings, all the memories that I could remember around money and receiving and abundance, and what mum and dad's attitudes and thoughts and sayings had been around it, and I wrote them down. Write down all the significant ones, all the ones that, you know, when you cast your mind back, there are ones that you can remember. So, for example, if your parents are one of those who kept saying, I want never get, or money doesn't grow on trees, or alternatively, tomorrow never comes, or perhaps your parents were the opposite of that, and perhaps one of your parents sent you a message that you are to just spend, because at the end of the day, you never know what's coming. And so perhaps you've adopted that and become someone who has felt that saving is not something for you, and so you find yourself in a position where you kind of imbalanced. It's not that you have a problem with flow, but perhaps you have a problem with perhaps retaining it. Write all those down, and when you've got a complete list, sit back and really look at what each one of those is saying. Then go back through your list, okay? So go back through all the little sayings, thoughts, memories that you have, and right next to it, next to everything that you've written down, every little phrase, every little memory that you've recalled, the feeling that arises. So, for example, if you've written down, I want never get, does that bring in a feeling of rejection, of not enough, unworthiness, of being unloved? Whatever that feeling is that arises when you read that through, write it next to it. Go through the list again, writing next to it the feelings that are generated when you look at each one of those. And this is what I did. And it made for really, really interesting reading. And I don't know what your outcome's going to be, but I realised that I had two very, very different templates growing up. And actually, when I saw it objectively, those two templates actually made real sense to me as to what my relationship with money had been at that point. I also think it's easier then, once you've got it written down and you've seen objectively what your relationship possibly has been and how you've been programmed previously to deal with money and to think and feel about money. It's much easier then to then decide, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm done with those thoughts and feelings. I'm going to change and write a new one. And then at the bottom, or on another sheet of paper, if you haven't got any space left, write a new one. Okay, write one that you would want, write a new shift, and then attach some positive feelings to it. Really breathe in that new thought or saying. So, for example, if yours was I want never get, and basically that made you feel rejected or unloved because you were unworthy enough to get, so you never got, then perhaps you could change it to I am worthy enough to receive everything I want in this universe, or whatever, however you want to phrase it. Keep that with you. Keep saying that with you. You can put it as a reminder on your phone or whatever. But bring yourself back to that at some point in the day, 2 to 3 times if you can. I know we have busy days, but when you can, when you have a down moment and you're just a little bit still, then just recall that thought or that phrase, because that's now your template. That's the one you're now creating for yourself, rather than being driven unconsciously by the templates that were previously programmed into you. Again, that may well take a little bit of time, but actually it's very, very powerful. And you will probably see shifts far faster than simply trying to create a new one. So do the exercise, really, really enjoy it. And in my next video, I'll tell you another exercise that I undertook, which really, really helped me unblock my situation and the flow of money to me. I hope this has been really useful for you. Why not comment below? Tell me how you've got on with the exercise. Have you noticed any shifts? What shifts have you noticed? And how are you feeling about the whole situation with money? Has it improved for you? Okay, I'd be really interested to hear what you've got to say. Also, why not log in and take a look at my blog, which I put a new post on every Sunday, and they're different to the posts that you see here. So why not click that, subscribe and share. Bye-bye for now.